Now, most of you already know that the traveling and leisure industry is one of the industries which are seriously impacted or hurt by the pandemic. This is the industry, of course, which we saw companies dropping in terms of the share prices or dropping in terms of the revenue they generated due to the fact that obviously people were restricted from traveling, coming to hotels. People were on hard lockdown where, of course, they could not visit other countries, so meaning that even South Africa could not get as much tourist or did not get tourists at all during that period, which, ladies and gents, we know that, of course, that is the one thing that hurt this industry. So ever since then, one of the year which was a very good recovery, or which brought some good recovery in the tourism and leisure industry, was the year 2022 or last year. I mean, this is a year that shows companies in this industry starting once again to surge or to pick up, of course, in terms of the revenues, and report the kind of revenues they were reporting pre-COVID levels, which was something that obviously excited all of the investors that are investing into this industry or sector, because it shows that things are indeed recovering. I mean, one of the companies that we discuss in this industry, which is Sun International, ladies and gents, for their full year 2022 earnings, we saw them, of course, reporting revenues which were equal or which were the same kind of revenues they were reporting pre-COVID levels, which is something that is incredible, and something that, of course, you all know that it resulted in the shares of Sun International to surge towards or over 45 rands per share. This is something that, of course, really excited those that are investing into companies in this industry, or companies like Sun International, that not only thrashed their, of course, 2021 revenues, but they saw themselves coming for the year 2022 and report the kind of revenues they were reporting pre-COVID, which is something that is incredible and something that must just show you that obviously this is a company that we are seeing doing well post the pandemic. Now, ladies and gents, yesterday we read wonderful news coming from the Premier of Tourism, that is Miss Patricia de Lille, that who indicated that, of course, in the Q1 of 2023, they saw visitors coming in as a surging over 102 or over 100%, or exactly at 102%, which is something that must just show you that this is an industry that continues growing year over year. Because last year, when they compare the kind of visitors that came in Q1 of 2023 and those that came in 2022, there is 100% or over 100% increase, which is something that, guess what, is going to do? Is going to continue reviving these companies in the traveling and leisure industry. It is going to make these companies to continue reporting good earnings, good revenues, regardless of the economic outlook for South Africa. These are the companies that continue seeing growth, which is why I'm going to continue increasing, loading the boat onto these companies, especially Sun International, because this is a company that I closely monitor, I own, and I follow, because I believe that this is a company that is set for greatness. Now, before we forget that, also, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. I really appreciate it when you just hit the likes button if you are enjoying the content that I'm giving you about the updates in relation to the traveling and leisure industry, as this is an industry which obviously did so well in 2022, and it is still expected, or the signs still show that it will do even much better than 2022, meaning that imagine the kind of revenues we could see companies like Sun International, City Lodge reporting, because of the latest news of coming from the Premier of Tourism, who indicated that obviously in the Q1 they saw visitors coming in as a increasing, or they saw those numbers increasing by over 100%, which is something that is so incredible, because then it means that this is an industry which is set to do very well even this year, meaning that the companies on this industry are still also expected to do very well. And as I've told you, companies like Sun International did very well back in 2022, which is where we saw them coming or reporting revenues which, or the kind of revenues they were reporting pre-COVID, which is something that, like I said, it is amazing. So if you are enjoying this content, I really appreciate it if you just hit that like button, as it also helps with YouTube's algorithm. So without wasting any more of your time, 102% is the kind of growth that, of course, was reported by the Premier of Tourism of SA which of course means, or just means, that companies in this industry, ladies and gents, are expected to continue doing well. I would really like to see this kind of growth continuing throughout the last 3 quarters, that is Q2, Q3, Q4, because that will give us, or that will be a rest assured case to say that these companies will continue doing well. Now, as I've said, one of the companies that I'm invested a bit heavily on this industry is Sun International, because Sun International, it is a company that obviously most of you will know that I came back, or I bought back these shares, or started buying back the Sun International shares somewhere between August, September of 2022, and I did a video when I of course came back to these companies. Yes, I know that most of their revenues come from, of course, Sun bets or Sun slots, but I feel saying the fact that of course there've been a lot of tourists of over 102% when comparing to last year, it is a bullish sign for a company like Sun International, because we know that they also have these, of course, resorts that of course they cater those international tourists that come in South Africa. So to get to see that, obviously we got to hear this from the Minister of Tourism, it makes me to be really excited and makes me want to load the board, because on Friday Sun International finished the day just up 36 rands, which obviously, looking at where it comes from, and that is the share price of over 45 rands, makes me to see the kind of potential that lies within this Sun International stock, because, ladies and gents, this is a company that continues doing well, and not only is it doing well, they resumed paying dividends last year, which obviously those that are already investing onto this company will know that obviously this year we've received, of course, our dividends, which were so amazing, because they also pay out some good dividends, which is something that attracts those that also are into dividend investing. So I was really excited yesterday, and I just thought I'd just share this news with you of course the Premier of Tourism reporting, or giving a report on the Q1 increased number of visitors that came in South Africa, which was around or over 102%, which is something that is incredible. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment and subscribe, and once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I'm going to load the boat, increase my holdings whenever I can into Sun International, because I know that in the traveling and leisure industry in South Africa, this is one of the company which is at the top right there, or at the top of the food chain, because it continues doing well regardless of the current economic constraints that is hurting SA's economy. So I'm very excited that I am already in this traveling and leisure industry, or investing in this traveling and leisure industry, and I'm going to continue doing that, and that is through Sun International. Otherwise, that's all from me. And before you load the boat, increase your holdings, or add any stock into your portfolio, please do make sure that you do your own due diligence, so that at least you can be comfortable when you are investing into the stock market. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.